Hello guys, this is the big one. Invictus Prime versus War Whales random matchup. Invictus Prime had an 11 and I think a couple of 10s on them. The score really reflects quite well the advantage. I take nothing away from War Whales in this war. They did very well. They struggled a bit on our 10s. They managed to wipe me and JC with Martin. Martin was beast. So quite a few 3 stars up top. We did miss a couple of their 10s. I failed 2 dips. Not quite a max 11 yet, but I've certainly not. My raids would have made the blooper reel probably in this war. Tons and tons of good content from this, so I'll start at the bottom and we'll call this part 1, and we will start right at the bottom. So War Whales, this was not a hunt. I repeat, this was not a hunt. We do spin quite a few 0.5s in our random spins. If we catch one of these big clans, that's fantastic. War Whales is always going to put up a big fight anyway. It was super tight, I'd say, until the last 2 hours when they struggled a little bit to clear the 10s and we managed to pick off a couple. Again, I take nothing away from the way they attacked. And their bases are, top quality stuff. Really good new sort of meta bases. I was trying to plan, I think, on 12. 12 was like a nearly like a multi-base, like a farm base, but it certainly held up well with loads of fails on it, and I don't think we got that one. Really good bases. The rubble is coming in here. This is just like a go of aho. Funnel is made, so the king and the Valks go in. Wizzy in there to help out. Queen's going to take care of this sort of side of the base all the way down to 6 o'clock. These hogs are going to make sure that she doesn't hit too much fire. Bit of a surgical move down there. Hogs up top to take out the defenses, and they're just going to path across like the whole base now. Valks have a tendency to do this. They like breaking out. I suppose there wasn't much for that jump spell to antagonize them. There wasn't a lot over there. So they're going to do the Valk walk around the outside of the base. He has lost his queen. But really, there's an archer tower, a cannon, and an expo left. And he's got a full health king with an ability. Still has a few wall breakers, which he might not even use. He's just going to rage up and get through there. And this loon is probably going to come in not handy at all. But you may as well drop all your troops. Wall breakers. Those are great wall breakers. Layer number 2. Once this expo goes down, the loon is going to just distract that sweeper so it doesn't sweep his Valks away. Well done. We will show AJ next. It's a strange war. They had a lot of... The breakdown meant that we were always probably going to dip. We usually use our 9s to hit 10s, sometimes 11s if it looks like it's a possible 2-star, just to get the stars up on the board, get the scouts in early. So we had one guy not turn up in terms of Town Hall 10, all the 9s turned up, and I think we only had a couple of dips in this. I don't know, I didn't check if War Whales needed any 9 dips. I think they may have needed a couple. Not positive. The Goblin CC a couple of Valks and a baby dragon. Double poison down, rage, and no ability needed. Which is fantastic. Golem has been put down. That's going to be broken in. The Wizzies are going to funnel these Valkyries. And I would assume the king straight in. Everything's going to have to cross the whole base to get to the enemy queen. Or nearly the whole base. So, balls to the wind. If you're going to go for it, you've got to commit. He's tripped a double bomb. Hogs trickling in from the sides just to take out the point defenses that are going to hit on his kill squad. And the second jump spell down is only really going to pull the heroes by the looks of it, as the Valks have done their thing where they like everything but the core of the base. Luckily the golem gets out in front, going to distract the queen. Well, his queen and king just waltz in and smack her down. And now he can just spam in hogs. There's nothing left. A few troll Teslas. He's still got both abilities left on his heroes. So yeah, I don't know how many parts. I've only got time today to record maybe 20 minutes of this, and then tomorrow I've got a bit more time and I'll do probably the top tomorrow. There's going to be about 5 recaps out there this war. So if you choose to watch me, thank you very much. Batman. A lot of Valkyries. 7 healers in this. Interesting to see how he uses those. Coffee this time of day. So 4 healers down on the queen, which we couldn't see. She's going to go straight into the enemy queen. So aggro straight away, get rid of the worst defense on the map, which is the queen. Once she goes down, I reckon these 2 hogs are there to pull the kill squad, or the CC, sorry. The air defenses are a bit anti queen walk, but the bowlers are going to take care of that, I reckon. So the 3 remaining healers have gone on these bowlers. He's going to leave them to wander the outside of the base. There's not a great deal of high damage going to come at them, though they have split up quite badly. And once they've made the funnel of Valks, all 11 of them go in with the jump spell and the king. They're going to trip double bomb. They're going to wreck the Tesla farm and the core under rage and heal. So really they're going to pop out of there full health. This hound is just going to follow stuff around. The CC hound, he's only got 5 wizards, and if he doesn't need them, he'd probably stay completely safe from the pups. This hound's not going to pop. We'll see. I caught quite a few live attacks from this, but I did not see the entire war on UK time, and tons of action sort of in the first 6 to 8 hours of this when I was asleep and then at work. So a couple bowlers have survived. King is still happily tanking away for them. He's got the ability. A few whizzies in to help the king take out the enemy king. And really there's not a lot left. Sadly the hound will pop. The queen is going to take that down. She's got the ability. So the pups aren't a problem. There's not a lot left here anyway. 98%. Batman. G Mason dip on 36. Milo. It's like a fairly similar strategy. Queen walk with Valks and Hogs. There was in the chat that we used, there was a couple of people saying this healer bowler thing is overused. I know we sort of saw it in the last one, but there was no giants in that. That was just on the bowlers. And I have to agree, I've tried it with one of my smaller accounts where you use like 11 giants out front and then bowlers, and you just sort of try and bully your way through the whole base, and it's effective, but it is a bit of a drop everything and hope for the best strategy. The sad thing is that hoping for the best, I suppose, it often does work. So there's not a lot of skill in it, but I suppose some of the new bases are built to defend it. Not much progress has been made in defending the Govaho. If you can get the queen to take out sort of half the base, jump spell, keep them alive with heals. Heals work quite well at Town Hall 9 if you've got the time. And the Valks just wreck. 11 Valks get through a core pretty quick. With a high level king, they just smash it. Queen's going to work away. That Hound again, CC Hound. I think quite a few of these were probably cleanups. I don't know what our fresh hit rate was, but when you know there's a Hound in there and you're using like Valkyries and Hogs, you just keep the Queen as far away as possible from the CC. Don't drop Wizards until you have to. And happy days. I think the double bomb or the other bomb spot is going to be avoided here. I'll skip up. I'll show one from a little bit further up, and then I will pick it up. Let's watch Zach Meter. So this is 10 on 10. This is level 2 miners. So spam miners are real, spam miners are alive. I'm shit at it, as I proved in this war. But level 2 is interesting because they do need quite a solid path. They're not as tanky as the 4, obviously. So we'll see how he gets through this. Zoolander, I think 6-pack this war. I think in part 2 I'll run through some more of the stats and get a bit more of a view of the breakdown and how the attacks went. So anyway, the Queen has been broken in. She's hopefully going to get through these trash buildings and head towards that Inferno Tower. And she's decided to completely walk outside the base, which is probably not going to be a problem. We know it's a 3-star. It's given the Queen time to deal with the CC, so it worked fairly well. And I think it doesn't have any jump spells. So his king's going to head in front of the Queen here, take out. So they've effectively taken a third of this base apart. I think he possibly would have wanted that Inferno Tower up top, I'm not sure. But 30 miners in from sort of 11 o'clock, probably like a 3 or 4 finger drop. 2 heal spells just to make sure they get through that first Inferno. Wizzy towers can be quite detrimental. Once they get through that, that middle pack went straight onto the enemy Queen and hit a double bomb. And even under heal, who knows how many he lost there. He must have lost a couple there. The Queen has dealt with the southern Inferno Tower. There's probably 20 miners left on the map. 1 cannon is not going to stop them. Virtually clean up. So at 116 to 110, I suppose at one point it did not reflect how close this war could have been. With the advantage that scoreline is fairly representative of how it should have ended up. War Whales, fantastic. See you guys in the next one.